Hi, I'm Dr. Vanessa Howard. I'm so glad to have you in my class. So this video, we're going to be talking about teacher evaluation. Yes, you, the pre-service teacher, are going to get the opportunity to do an evaluation of a lesson. Is the form perfect? No, but it's going to serve the purpose of teaching you how to look critically at a lesson. So I'm going to share the screen and just talk real briefly with you about evaluations. So this is Bloom's taxonomy. He developed the levels in which people learn. Remember is the lowest level of learning. It's just basically recalling. So what we're going to be doing is evaluating. You're going to make a judgment about the information that you see in the video. So evaluation is almost the highest level of thinking, higher order thinking, right up under create. So we're going to be evaluating the lesson. You want to look at a YouTube video. Is it perfect? No. Is the evaluation tool perfect? No. But it will give you an experience on looking critically at a lesson being taught. So I'm going to share the screen and I'm going to show a video of me teaching a foundations lesson. It's a phonics-based lesson. I didn't get permission from another organization to use their video, so I have to use my own video. So I hope you enjoy. We're just going to look at some snippets of the lesson. Okay, this is the lesson. This is a first grade classroom. I'm teaching a foundation lesson. This is the lesson objectives, what the students will be learning and getting out of the lesson. And we're going to just look at a few snippets. Okay, so now we started a new unit. You just took your unit assessment for Unit 3, correct? Yes. Yes. Okay, so we're going to start, and I'm going to introduce Unit 4. Unit 4, we're going to learn a new concept, and it's called the bonus letters. So we're getting ready to do drill sounds. This is the first part of the foundation lesson. Letter cards are always used by the students and the teachers, but these cards are just for who?
The teacher.
Just for the teacher. So we're going to go over a couple quick letter sounds with our large cards. I-H-E.
I-H-E.
E-N-E.
E-N-E.
V-Van-V.
V-Van-V.
This is always a tricky one. Q-U Queen Qua.
Q-U Queen Qua.
And the last one. J-Jug J.
J-Jug J.
So come on up. You're going to do our first. You're going to use the black circles for us. So I'm going to fast forward it just a little bit. So in this video, the little girl is being a drill sound leader, and then I will pick somebody else to do it, and then we're going to go to another part of the lesson. Now, when you're looking at your videos, do not fast forward, okay?
Chinch. C-H. S-H. Ship. S-H. T-H. Thumb. T-H. Thumb. C-K. Sock. C-K. Sock.
Very good. And if we need to go over our trick words. What color are the trick words?
Pink.
Pink. So our trick words here, we're going to go over real quick. This word is?
Or.
This word is?
For.
This word is?
We.
And I just want to pause right there. When you use the color red and purple, that has those two colors trigger the brain to remember. So when teaching trick words are basically high frequency words, the color should be another color other than black. So you can use a hot pink, a purple, or a red color. Remember that red and purple help trigger the brain to remember. And it's not just with high frequency words. When you're trying to teach a key concept in math, reading, science, or social studies, try to think about using a different color marker. And these are the lesson objectives. This is more so for the classroom teacher, so they
good. So now we have a new concept that I was telling you guys about, and that is the bonus letters. So one thing you're going to find out is that we did a really good job with setting our board up into 4 different quadrants. We have this that ends with an F, we have this one that ends with an L, and this one ends with an S. So, and the last one is Z. So these letters are specifically on the end of the rows because they are called bonus what? Letters. So bonus letters are used when you have a word that's a short vowel and it ends with either a F, L, S, or a Z. So for example, if I was to make this word let's tap that out. Miss. But is that spelled correctly?
No.
Let's stop and we're going to just stop at the vowel. Let's start and tap again. Ready? What sound does this make? Is it long or short? Short. So then it follows the rule that if it is a short vowel sound in the middle and it ends with an S and it's one syllable, look at all these rules. I can turn around and I have to add another S, which makes it a bonus letter. So even though I have 2 S's here, how many sounds do I have? Show me with your fingers. How many sounds do I have? How many sounds does the S make?
1.
How many sounds in this word? Show me with your fingers. I see 3 and I see 4. So the sounds in this letters will be and this is bonus and it's silent. So when I mark that word, I would put what on the top? Does anybody know? This is new, so you don't know. Now you know. So when I have an extra S at the end of the word, I add a what?
Star.
I add a star for the bonus letter. Let's tap this out. Elbows up, everybody. Let's check Bill. So let's check the vowel and see if it's long or short. Ready? Elbows up. We're going to stop at the vowel. Elbows up, everybody. Elbows up. Ready, go. Long or short? Short. It ends with an L. Do you think it needs a bonus letter?
Yes.
It does. In this instance, it does, because the only 2 words that rule does not follow is yes and but. So this word is bill. And when I have a bonus letter, I put a star on top because it's a bonus. Oh, you guys are catching on. Very, very good. So I'm going to spell it away, put my B back, put my I back, put my L back, and my bonus L back. And this time I'm going to look and see who has been sitting on the carpet very quietly and who can help me mark up my next one. Let me figure out what I'm going to do. I got it. I'm going to put it down low. Can we tap that out? How many sounds are there in tail? Fingers? We have 3 sounds. We have the t, and this is what? Bonus. And it's silent. Who think they can mark this up for me? Ooh. just called you. Is he gonna do it?
It's really hard to do an X for me. I mean a star. It's doing my own way.
That's good. So did he mark it up correctly? Yes. Tail. You said sentence in you said in a sentence with your partner. Sit out. Get your tape on the floor. Three, two, one, and our next word is.
So I'm stopping the video and I'm going to show you another part of the lesson.
Yes, so that word is buzz. Now I want you to turn to your neighbor and tell them it's a short vowel. So that word is buzz. Now I want you to turn to your neighbor and tell them an instrument. I'm not an instrument. An insect.
Okay, so I'm pausing the video. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen. And we looked at the video. We saw a student you saw the teacher modeling. You saw a student go to the board and practice with his peers. Then you saw me teach a new concept. You saw the students having an opportunity to talk about word meaning and the structure of a word. So now we're going to use the evaluation tool. And I'm going to remind you again, do not fast forward the videos that I sent you. And are they perfect teaching videos? No. But since we're in a virtual remote learning mode, we have to do what we have to do to make sure that you still learn how a good lesson should look and what you should be looking for and doing when you are teaching an effective lesson. So now I'm going to look at the evaluation tool. And this is it. And I'm going to put my glasses on to help me because I can't see. Ew. Ew. Okay, so the first question is there evidence of student interest? And because I taught the lesson, yes, there was evidence. So I can check that box. Taps into what students know or think about the topic. I did ask questions to gauge their understanding, so I can check that box. Raises question and encourages responses. In the video, you did not see that, but later on, when the students are doing the lesson, because I just gave you a snippet, the students did get an opportunity and were encouraged to respond. Effectively employs cooperative grouping strategies whereby students interact with peers. Yes, I did that because they had an opportunity to share with the shoulder partner. So my evidence will be in the video, the instructor was fantastic. No, the instructor asked questions to engage the learners. Students had an opportunity to share their thinking with their peers. And did I tap the students, taps into what the students know? Yeah, the teacher reviewed, I did a review at the beginning. The teacher reviewed previously taught skills in the beginning of the lesson. So that's how you will fill it out. Explore. Is there evidence of student engagement? Yes, there was evidence because the students talked to each other, correct? Mm-hmm. Hands-on mind and opportunity for students to work together collaboratively without direct instruction from the teacher. They did get a chance to do that, but you didn't see that in this particular video, so I can't check that. This part. Teacher has prepared probing questions that guide or redirect exploration when necessary. Yes, I did prepare. This was first grade, so the questions were kind of simplistic, but it helped the students get practice with the skills that I was teaching. Effectively employs a learning teaching strategy beyond lecturing. Okay, yes, and I use concrete examples, real life connections, because I asked them to use the word buzz in a sentence, or tell your shoulder partner a time an insect buzzed in your ear. So what I can type here is, in the video, the instructor engaged the students using, and that was called shoulder partner exchange of ideals. Okay, teacher had prepared probing question. Yeah, teacher asks questions frequently. I do, and you should too. Teacher asked questions frequently to check students' understanding and to reinforce the new skills being taught. Okay. And then effectively employs learning and teaching strategy beyond lecturing, concrete examples. The teacher, yes, I did do that. And the concrete example was the insects. So the teacher asked the students to use their understanding of a word by relating it to an insect. Okay, so explaining. Students are encouraged to think independently and draw their own conclusion about the learning activity. I can kind of say that, but if you go back and look at the video, you will see that it all came together and I delved a little bit deeper into their learning. Emphasis is on student rather than teacher explanation. Yep. I taught them the concept and I let them use the word meaning of their choice to explain their understanding of the word to increase their personal vocabulary. Teacher guides students to connect between observation and appropriate formal technology. No, you didn't observe that. Learning and thinking are captured visually. Yes, it was. Okay, so how we're going to write this? The teacher encouraged the students to think independently. The teacher asked students to share their own created sentence to show their understanding of vocabulary words. Okay, emphasis on student rather than teacher explanation. The responses were student generated. Responses, the students gave were student generated. Learning was captive. Yep, yes it was. So I'm going to let you all kind of figure out how to fill out the rest of them. I gave you two good examples. So I'm going to go to the last thing. I'm going to just check the boxes and I want you to stretch your professional knowledge as you fill in the explanation, not on this video, but on the videos that I assigned for your chapter readings. So elaborate, multiple or varied opportunity for students to apply new connections and newly concept. Yes, they did. Students utilize newly learned terms and definitions in a new context. Yes, they did. evaluate. The teacher provided some formal or informal assessment, and I did the informal assessment by asking them to share, and I provided feedback to them on their responses. And if you had watched the whole video, or if you get a chance to, you can go watch the whole video. You can see where the students actually get a notebook and they are making words with magnetic tiles, and they are writing in their book, their student notebook. And as we know that writing is a slowed down process of reading, and it takes more cognitive skills to write. So you will see that in the video. And then the last part of evaluation is methods for evaluating the student progress toward all parts of the objectives. Objectives are evident throughout the lesson. And yes, I kept referring back to the learning skill, the focus skill of bonus letters. They had practice marking up the words so that they could recognize that the bonus letter was silent. And also by marking up the words, gave them a visual so that they could be able to see that even though there's an extra letter added to the end, that letters was silent. So was there evident? Was this an effective learning activity? Explain your answer using chapter readings and your knowledge of student learning. So I can write, this is my opinion, and when you are writing, it's your opinion. I believe that this was an effective learning activity. Now here comes the but, because this is where you have to go into the chapter readings and pull out evidence from the book to let me know that you've been reading. So I'm gonna just say, for instance, Vygotsky. Vygotsky is an early childhood guru. So, okay, and Vygotsky is kind of the father of cooperative grouping. So that think, pair, share, or the shoulder partner talking that the students did, that's Vygotskian. Tricky, isn't it? So that comes from him, because he believes that students learn best by working with a capable other, and they learn best socially, and they learn best with their peers. So that's how you can answer this part of the question. And remember to look at the guidelines for answering the evaluation. I think I said it had to be between 55 and 100 words. If I'm mistaken on this video, just realize it's midnight. So I might be saying it wrong, but look at your syllabus and look at your description of the activity. It will tell you how many words you need to successfully get the points that you need to be graded on you will be graded on. So I'm going to stop sharing. I hope this lesson was working well for you. And I hope that when you are doing your work, you just remember what I showed you about how you jot down what you see. And I need it to be written in complete sentences. Write in complete sentences. I need you to make sure it's on collegial level, which means you can check your work when you're doing your spell check, and it will tell you whether you use formal language. It will tell you the grade level, your readability. All of your work should be written on the 12th grade or above level. So good luck on the assignment. I hope this was helpful for you. I had fun making the video, and I hope you made it all the way through the end of the video. And if you make reference to this video, especially this last line that I'm going to say, Dr. Howard is one of the best teachers I've ever had. Just joking. All right, good luck on your assignment.